Hi, Madam Roslyn. This is BITP1323 database final project presentation. Our title is Library Book Return System, presented by Group BITI. Then we come to our group member list. I am Ko Jun Cheng. Then we have Lai Ka Heng, Lim Xing Yi, and Ban Li Xian. Next, we come to our presentation outline. First, the introduction, objective, and target user will be presented by Lai Ka Heng. Then, ERD and business rule will be presented by Ban Li Xian, followed by the query and result will be presented by me and Ban Li Xian. And last, the conclusion will be presented by Lim Xing Yi.
Hi, Madam. I'm Lai Ka Heng. So for the introduction, UTEM's library, also known as the Laman Hikmah, is currently using Integrated Library Management Utilities ILMU system. This system is effective for managing the book status, which includes a self-service borrowing system. However, we still need to return our books manually via the counter, which is inconvenient for both the users and librarian. Hence, an additional system is developed for returning borrowed book called the book drop. This system allows students to return the books themselves while dropping their borrowed book into a machine. The machine can scan the book chip and send the data to the library system. If the returning date is overdue, the system automatically deducts the fee from the student's metric debit card or any linked cards in the system. And the books in the drop-off box will be collected by the librarians later. Next, I will present the objective of this project. The first objective is to automate the process of book returning. So with this system, students can drop in or out of the library without waiting in line to return books. This saves students time as they need to attend lectures and other stuff. Furthermore, students will feel encouraged to return books in time and avoid procrastinating, which penalizes them to pay for the overdue returning date. And the next objective is to reduce workload of librarians. So this is convenient for librarians who must attend their workload, such as recording new books and process books in the library. This can also reduce human error since the book drop system is automated and requires less attention from the librarian. In this system, students and librarians will be the target users. So for students, they will be using the machine to return their books. And for librarians, they can view and track all return book and penalty recordings.
Hi, Madam. I'm Ban Li Xian. Now I present our project entity relationship diagram ERD. It contains 8 entities and weak relationships. This will be further explained in the next slide. Next is the business rule. First, each user has 0 or many user logs. Each user log is owned by exactly one user. Second, each user requires one permission. Each permission may be required by one or many users. Each user can return 0 or many books. Each book can be returned by 0 or many users. Fourth, each return of book may have one penalty. Each penalty only will be caused by one late return of book. Fifth, each librarian may issue one or many book returns. Each book return may be issued by only one librarian. This slide shows an example for each query and result. Next, I will be presenting about data manipulation, the HTML. It contains several operations. First is the update operation. Change the bookshelf number of ID B11 to 185. The figure below shows the SQL statement. Next is the delete operation. Delete the librarian information of ID L5. The figure below shows the SQL statement and the results. This slide shows selection and projection operation. List the unique descriptions of user in table permission. The figure below shows the SQL statement and the result. This slide shows aggregation and grouping operation, which states that the number of returned books are greater than 1. The figure below shows the SQL statement and the results. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, I am Ko Jun Cheng. This inner join count number of return issue by librarian. The number of issue is count using issue ID from the issue table, and then grouped by the librarian name from the librarian table. Below shows the result each librarian name with the number of issue. Then the outer join. List all the details of which return book are fine. The return table will right join the penalty table so that all return record with the penalty ID will be returned as a result. The last query and result. Nested or subquery. List the librarian's ID and name who issue more than or equal to 2 return. The subquery will return the list of librarian ID who issue more than or equal to 2 return will be used by the outer query to list the librarian ID and name. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, madam. My name is Sim Singi, and today I'll be presenting the conclusion and the additional remarks of our system. In conclusion, this system contributes to the development and improvement of UTM Laman Hikmah's database system. We did reference UTM Laman Hikmah as our research source to develop this database system. And finally, we hope that our contributions will help UTM library management system to improve. These are the additional comments that we find in our system. Our system has several drawbacks, and we also have provided some suggestions to improve it. Firstly, users cannot be identified whether it is a UTM student, lecturer, or public user. There is also no book category to allow searching to be made easier. And finally, one of the drawbacks is our librarians may need to manually contact the users who have overdue the return date. These are the suggestions we provide to improve the drawbacks. Firstly, let's include roles for users to categorize students, lecturers, or even public users. Secondly, to add a category table to list out book categories. And finally, the system should add an automation method for contacting users who have overdue their return date, such as an automatic email response. Finally, that is the end of our presentation for our library return book management system. Thank you.